Hiya, welcome back to Juked on a Bike. Just out for a run today for no agenda whatsoever. I need to use up the fuel that's in my tank. I've got E10 in my tank. That was all they had at the garage when I filled up. And I don't like having E10 in it. And we're into the colder weather now, so there's chance that the bike will be laid up for weeks at a time. So I want to get rid of the E10, fill it up with E5. A lot of people fill up their tank, so it's obviously it doesn't go rusty in the airspace, but I've got a plastic tank, so it doesn't really matter to me. There we go. So I'm just out for a buzz. The weather's sunny, as you can see. I'll need to stop and put my sunglasses on probably if we carry on driving into the sun, but it's cold. It was 7 degrees when I took the bike out the garage this morning, and it's 11 now, so I've had to dig out my winter gear. I've got my heated vest on. It's on low at the moment and it's lovely and toasty. I haven't gone for my winter gloves yet, but I do have them with me just in case I get cold. So yeah, we're all prepared. I don't want to have my bike in the garage all winter. I know a lot of people do that, and you know, that's fine, but quite often we'll get a dry but cold day, and so long as they've not put salt on the roads, then I want to get out, because the thought of sitting for 3-4 months without being out on the bike just doesn't appeal to me at all. There is opportunities as well where, because I've only got one car, there are situations where I do need to use the bike as my main transport, because the wife stole the car. To be honest, it's really the wife's car. I hardly ever drive it. So the bike's been in for its service. It's had its full service, including the valve adjustment. And although I hadn't noticed the bike getting a bit tappety, I've certainly noticed it's a big improvement, so it was worth doing. So it's got a shiny new service, shiny new MOT, and a shiny, well, hope it's not too shiny, back tyre, which I've only done about 50 miles on, so I really need to get that kind of scrubbed in. Hopefully that will happen today if we can get some decent-ish fast corners. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. We've got a hold up of some description. Oh yeah, a tanker. And no, that's not rhyming slang. So everything's tickety-boo. The school holidays were on. We had a few days just to get away from it for a little while, and we went down to the Lake District. So having done the Tour de Faf in the Lake District, my wife was looking at some of the footage and the scenery and said, come on, let's just go. So we went down to the Lake District for just 4 or 5 days, and it was very nice. The weather wasn't fantastic, but it was okay. It was better than we had in the Tour de Faf, that's for sure. We had, I think, 1 day of rain, and the rest was fairly cold and windy, but it was okay. I had been out on the little boats in Lake Windermere, where he got to drive, so he was quite happy. He's desperate to get driving, so a little shot on a boat was just what he liked. And other than that, there's nothing really new. My wife and my son are way back at school, so I've got time to myself, and with the exception of normal house husband duties, the world is my oyster. It's what dreams are made of, isn't it? Hey, no work. Hey, Mr. Dream Seller, where have you been? You got to love a bit of Lindisfarne, don't you? So this road is the road to Dalbeattie. Now this is a road, unfortunately it doesn't feel like it's quite a fast road, but it is normally when you're not stuck behind a tanker. But this is a road that I had planned to take the 1300 down for its first bit of the road just to test it out a little bit, but unfortunately, like they do in this area, they just shut the road for no apparent reason. So the road was shut, so that was why I ended up taking the really filthy, dirty road that I took when I put the video out, which is actually done very well. If I want subscribers, I should really do bike reviews. But I like what I like, and I really don't want to. Well, I'm not one to change my bike very often as it is. I tend to keep them for quite a while, and so this one's going to be no different, barring accidents or barring something going wrong with it. It's a nice big long straight coming up, so once we pass the next 2 or 3 corners, we might be able to get past some of this. So I've set my new helmet up. I've noticed that the sound on the microphone is a little bit noisier than it was in my old helmet. And now that I've actually put in my cardo into this helmet, I've noticed that the microphone position that I would normally use is not the best. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It presses against my chin a little bit at one side, so I maybe need to find a better position for it. But I've got the cardo in, so that's good. I can now wear it if I'm going out with other people. Right, let's see, it's straights coming up. Are we going to? Are we going to? Yes, indeed we are. Well, that was rather convenient, wasn't it? Better slow down a wee bit. Some blurring of the speedo required. So the other thing I've done is I've bought some new clamps for the cameras, because you know I've got one there, one in the back and one on my chin, but I would like to swap them about a little bit. So I bought a couple of clamps that would clamp onto like your handlebars or my crash bars there, and I'll move them about a little bit. And that was a Temu special, so I think they cost me something like a £5 each or something like that, which is a big change from the DJI one that I've got clamped to the pannier rack at the back, which I think was about 30 quid. So I just hope the cameras don't fall off. But you see, this would have been a good road to take the 1300 down to give it a proper test. Just unfortunately it was shut. Buggers, bloody council. This would be good to get the back tyre scrubbed in a little bit. I don't know what the weather forecast's like for the next week or so, but you've got to take your chance to get out when you can. Ride safe, take care. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.